No, it went straight in the bin. Hi and welcome to this week's Three Legs, Four Wheels F1 podcast. It's Paul here with
Sean.
Chris.
And Kieran.
Fred
This
Durst,
is a professional start.
Oh yes, we're doing this great cold open, just Patreon style, which we have recorded. We have recorded a Patreon show tonight.
We did.
Yes, if you want to listen to that, I'll get this plug in at the start because I'm shameless self-promotion for the first few minutes of this week's show. Three Legs, Four Wheels Patreon show. So patreon.com/3legs4wheels. You get extra shows. You get shows with no adverts in on those rare occasions when we get sponsored, and you get the F1 show early quite a few times as well. And also, we're trying to work it so that you can get a discount on our new merch store, but everyone can order from that. We've got a load of new t-shirt designs, ones that we've all designed ourselves, including things like intimate mixes, Ferrari headless chickens, and a t-shirt to celebrate getting Is That Glock before the Spaffer. And if you go to threelegs4wheels.dashery, that's DASHERY.com, you will see everything there. And we're having a sale for the first few days, and there'll be occasional sales that crop up. And I'm hoping we can get a discount for everyone that subscribes to Patreon. Right, that's blatant plugs over and blatant adverts.
Don't forget to hit the bell as well.
Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, because it does turn up on YouTube as well. So you can like and subscribe.
Oh,
cool. Oh yeah. The show goes straight to YouTube as soon as we publish it. I thought I told everyone that.
I probably did know that. My bad.
Dead professional here tonight.
Yeah, but we don't listen because we've already heard it.
Fair point. I'll give you that. I mean, you only get to hear it once. I end up hearing it twice because I've got to do like mixing and editing. So by the second time I've heard it, I know where all the jokes aren't.
Can we let Flood back in?
Oh,
At least you're informed on F1 as well. You listen to it twice. You really know what happened in the race this weekend.
Still don't have a clue. Flood, what did you do this time?
I didn't do anything. I was just sat here, just watching nothing happening on my screen. And then StreamYard went, you know what? Now's a great time to do a refresh. I was like, what? Why? Like, I didn't touch anything. What are you doing?
Other voice chat applications are available. It's just we use this one because it's free. Anyway.
Yeah, well, it works.
Anyway.
When it doesn't refresh.
How have we all been since last week? Because it's second week on the trot we've done a show. Admittedly, we are late again this week, but that's because me and Sean were at a Geeks quiz on Monday night.
Yes.
Yeah, and you came sixth, did you say?
Yes.
Yeah, it was adequate, I think. It was an adequate performance.
Yeah. Yeah, turns out we don't know enough about The Legend of Zelda, because there were way too many questions on that. If we'd have known, this is how specific it got. If we'd have known the brand of the dog food in the opening shot of Back to the Future, we would have come third.
I mean, it's not likely, is it?
No, I don't think anyone got that.
No, that's the thing, because it's not even like an in-joke. It was just a random word.
Yeah, like kennel or something, or God knows. Ready to get inundated with messages where I knew what the dog food was. Anyway, F1. We have had the Italian Grand Prix, the last race in Europe of the European season before the race in Asia that's still in the European season in Baku.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it was the European Grand Prix, wasn't it?
Yes.
Once.
And they have hosted the European Games there and Eurovision.
Have they hosted it there?
What, the European Games? Or Eurovision?
No. Have they hosted Eurovision in Baku?
I'm sure they hosted Eurovision in Baku when... I can't remember her name, but I think her song was called Running Wild.
Wow, okay. Azerbaijan won Eurovision. I mean, Eurovision's a loose term, isn't it?
Yeah, it was mid 2010s. It would be in that region. Running free. It was running something.
No, it definitely wasn't running free. That was Iron Maiden.
Is it not on your intimate mix?
Rusk? No, that's not her name.
Azerbaijan in the
Rascala, or I can't.
Azerbaijan in the Eurovision Song Contest. They won in 2011.
Oh,
wow, 2011.
Running
With
Scared.
Elle and
Running
Nikki.
Scared. It was running somewhere.
Good memory, Sean. Well done.
Obviously, I didn't get drunk enough that year.
The first year they were in it, they had a song which was pure apocalyptica. I remember it to this day. Lots of strings and lots of
Just lots of
very
just
good.
like double cellos making evil noises.
Yeah, basically that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great.
So yes, Baku has done a lot of things based on Europe, but
Yes.
geographically, I think it's still actually in Asia.
It's on the cusp, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
right on that crossover point.
Yeah, I mean, it's what is it?
Yeah.
It's the city of wind in the land of fire, which just sounds like lighting a fart. Anyway, back to Monza, which is definitely in Italy and definitely in Europe.
Yes.
Yeah. What did we think to the race? Because there was some odd stuff happening.
There was. I mean, it was a typical Italian Grand Prix, wasn't it? It was very difficult to pass. Which it usually is at Monza because, especially when the cars get as close at the end of a cycle of rules like they are now. Very very difficult to pass. I think you need like a big delta or something like 1.2 seconds to cleanly overtake the car in front. So you literally have to do it under DRS or not at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was okay. I was surprised, and I probably shouldn't have been, at the winner and his pace. We haven't seen that pace from Red Bull in a long, long time. To win a race by 20 seconds is like 22, 23 Max Verstappen, not 25 Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
So that was confusing, but interesting at the same time because it kept it interesting.
I think it can be a track generally, can't it, that suits a bit of an oddity because it is such a straight line speed circuit. It's not always the dominant car that is the car at that track.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's why Ferrari thought maybe they had a chance as well.
Although Lewis was downplaying it and said he didn't think it stood a chance of getting in the top three. Turns out he was right.
Yeah. Well, again, Ferrari played their "we're excellent in FP1," and now the weekend endeth. You know, they didn't bother after that.
Yeah, I was expecting more carnage than we actually got because every support race and practically support qualifying session was the humanity, basically. I mean, the Porsches got red flagged on lap 1.
Yeah, we missed the first lap of that, and it had already ceased by the time we got to it.
I didn't make it to the Porsches. I just read the messages.
I don't think either of them did.
They just didn't carry on after the first lap, then, did they?
I think they got about 12 minutes of racing in the end.
Oh, okay. Right.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause, they came back out on track and the clock showed up because they were stuck that long waiting for, well, as the usual, barrier repairs. I mean, it was a good weekend to have shares in polystyrene companies.
They replace them though, don't they? Even if mid-race someone goes down the runoff and takes out the polystyrene, I think there's a marshal with a bag of them
Yeah,
that replaces them.
it's not if, it's when.
Well, yes.
Yeah, because Sammy Megatuniff played Total Wipeout with a bunch of them, didn't they?
Yes.
And then the second he cleared the car, they get them back in, didn't they?
Yeah, all we
Didn't
needed
even
was
try to go around them.
yeah, all we needed was Dale Winton shouting, "Bring on the wall."
There's a reference for our only British listeners.
I think there was an American version of the wall thing as well, but I couldn't.
Bring on the wall!
Wasn't the wall Danny Dyer or something?
Oh no,
like
that's the new one called the wall. But the Dale Winton one there was a wall with a shape cut into it, and you had to strike that pose. So the wall went past you, and you went through the hole in it in a particular shape. Otherwise, you ended up in a paddling pool.
Yes,
Swimming, definite swimming pool, yeah.
It was a Harry Hills TV burp favourite
It was.
every week.
Yeah.
Bring on the wall.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
Good stuff.
I'm gonna have to say who did the American video. I don't think it's the version invented by LeBron James.
It might be.
I need a big cutout for him.
No, the one with LeBron James is the one that Danny Dyer does.
Got you.
In the UK. It's a different. You might have heard of it anyway. So yeah, any major talking points from the weekend?
Yes.
Well, there's a few, aren't there? Mostly incident based.
I'm going to start with the McLaren one at the end of the race, because the reason I want to start with that is because Ferrari could have got a podium had the drivers not swapped their pit stops. So the controversy is all about Lando and Oscar swapping places, because Lando said, well, pit Oscar then if he's under threat of an undercut. Ferrari decided not to pit anyway. And then Oscar got his, 1.9 second stop?
It was a good stop.
And then Lando, it was a very good stop. And then Lando pitted the following lap after giving Oscar that. And he said on the team radio, you can pit him so long as there's no risk of an undercut. And they're like, no, there'll be no undercut. Don't worry about that. And then there was an undercut because McLaren decided that 5.9 seconds was an appropriate time to stop Lando Norris for. So I can see both sides of it. Yes, bad pit stops happen. But had Lando not helped the team out to secure exactly that 2-3, there was a risk that if Lando had taken the 1.9 second pit stop and Oscar had the following lap, the 5.9, Leclerc would have finished third.
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah. Because at that point, Leclerc was quite close.
So Lando helped the team, and that's why the team felt Lando should be given that back, because it was the team that let him down because he was actually trying to help Oscar.
Also, the swap around in Hungary last year was mentioned. The Lando let him past at your convenience.
They were a little bit more clinical, I think, this time, weren't they, in their instruction? I
think they've learnt from their mistakes.
Yes. Yeah, because I think it let him past at turn 1 or something like that. It was very this is where you will do it.
They did it in a nice way.
Yeah.
Which is hard to say, because I imagine there are people screaming right now going, it not happening at all was the nice way. But the way they executed it was probably the best possible way they could execute it. Whether it was right or wrong is a different debate. But if they were going to do it, they did say, look, mate, this is like Hungary last year. We've messed up a bit. We'll get things reversed. It'll work out in the end.
Yeah. So people who are long-term listeners to this podcast are probably screaming at us now, being like, well, you were berating Ferrari for the Fernando is faster than you thing years ago. Yeah, we did. And that was a different situation. I don't think Felipe Massa had helped the team out in a situation where, Fernando Alonso had helped the team out where he had to be swapped around. It was just that he was a faster driver. I'm not saying that Oscar or Lando, either one of them is faster. It was fair to give Lando that place back because the team made a mistake. But had they not done that and done it the other way around, as I said before, they would have sacrificed a 2-3 for a 2-4, and Leclerc would have been third.
Did Fernando is faster than you not also come at a time when team orders were banned? Yeah, it was blatantly a team order.
Yes.
Was the other issue with that?
I
think that was part of it,
Yeah.
Can you confirm you understood the message? It's kind of like when Lewis Hamilton wasn't supposed to get any driver instructions, and he's just like, I can't tell you about that, sorry. Well, tell me about the weather. Is the weather good? Yeah, the weather's fine, Lewis.
Yeah, this is a very tricky incident, I think, because it doesn't help that both of the drivers are in the championship together. I think the most important thing here, a lot of commentators, a lot of F1 podcasts are going, and people online are going, well, it's favoritism and they're set to precedent and all that. I think there might be a bit of a fair comment to say about setting a precedent. But the one thing which cancels out a lot of the debate over this is the fact that Lando got on the blower and said, well, if Leclerc is going to get past Piastri, let's pit Piastri first. That annuls the whole argument of whether, for me, it does anyway, whether Oscar should have let him through or not. Because the whole point was, okay, we're playing a team game. I'm only gaining 3 points in the championship here. If Oscar wants to be clinical and we turn it into a big old thing, then he could not just let Lando back past. But the whole Leclerc thing wipes out any argument for me of what happened afterwards.
Yeah, I think if it had just been a cocked up pit stop and it was just bad luck and there was no third party Leclerc issue, then it's just bad luck for Lando. But yeah, I think the fact that he deliberately sacrificed his right to the sort of the prime pit stop for the team, it's then kind of right to fix it for the team.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was going to say, I don't think it actually does set a precedent because Eddie Irvine and Rubens Barrichello's brake failures or brake issues in the early 2000s set that precedent.
Yeah, and look, if McLaren were trying to fix the championship for Lando, they'd do it differently. This wouldn't be the way they'd do it. A bad pit stop, and then please let him through, please. We're really nice to you, please. The whole point of the whole point of it was to secure second and third, and it wasn't. I don't know if it was definitely secured, but I think they were in a good position with it. The one criticism I would have is, Lando, what on earth are you thinking of offering that? He's beating you in the championship to the tune of 34 points. If you have a dodgy pit stop, then he's going to be, oh, look, you've had a dodgy pit. Oh, he's gone past you. No, now you have to really trust him to let you through. And I wouldn't, if I was Lando, I'm not offering that. I'm just going, well, that's his race. That's where you need to be more clinical. This is a championship fight.
It is, but I'll interject there with just one thing, and that is that McLaren are obviously desperate to tie up the Constructors' Championship as quickly as possible. And I think once that's done, they won't give any orders. They'll just let them do what they've got to do. McLaren can actually win, mathematically, the championship in Azerbaijan. But I think they need Ferrari to have an awful race in order to do it.
God, can they actually win it next round?
Hold my Peroni zero.
They're 337 points ahead of Ferrari.
That is wild.
Wow.
Was there I'm sure there was some stat Crofty used about 5 times this weekend about they could basically not race again until Vegas and still be leading.
It was something absolutely ridiculous like that. I don't think we'll win it in Azerbaijan, but
the math stacks up.
Yeah,
they need. There's 395 points available, and they've got 337. So yeah, they might not win it in Azerbaijan, as you say. Oh.
Yeah, I think they need it to be. I think they need to go to the next race with a ridiculous gap or something. Like they get a 1-2 and Ferrari score no points. But even if you add Ferrari a second, Mercedes a third, if you add their points together, still haven't got enough as McLaren.
That is just previous season's Red Bull-esque.
It is, yeah. But they've got 2 drivers.
Talking of which, you see the Red Bull T-shirt I threw together, available on our web store at threelegsportwheels.dashery.com.
For copyright and trademark reasons, it's probably not specifically Red Bull.
It's not Red Bull. It's just got first names on, and I replaced the 2 bulls with red question marks.
Excellent.
But Red Bull. I'm wrong, Burgundy.
I just have to get another plug-in for the T-shirt shop. Larissa at Dashery's been helping us out with it. There you go, Larissa. You've got a name check on the show as well. And I know she does listen to this because she actually quoted a few of our jokes back from last week.
Oh no!
Yeah, she listened to it and even thought it was funny at one point.
Oh God!
Oh, that's okay then. That's fine.
Yeah. No, it wasn't quoting them in an accusing way.
She wasn't quoting the intimate playlist.
We don't know what's on her intimate playlist. I will send her an email and ask her. Right. Should we go team by team?
Yeah.
It is tradition.
And we will start with Aston Martin.
Yeah, not a good Monza.
I've 100% forgotten what happened with them.
Falonso.
Wow.
His name is so long, TikTok has now shortened it.
He's become a Brazilian footballer. He's just blended it all into one.
Alonso's suspension collapsed.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. He made the mistake of driving on a curb.
Yes.
Still
Just after he made a really clever pit stop. That's not Alonso at all, is it? Clever pit stop. Car's broken.
Yeah, the back end of the car just sort of collapsed on him when he went over a curb. Does that say they were running the car a bit lower than they probably should have been for their own sake, or
There's every chance, isn't there?
or have they done something to the curbs in Monza again?
Don't change
They're not
them.
really allowed to, are they?
Yeah, I think you
I
could.
noticed they got rid of the sausage curbs.
Yes.
I mean, it's not as bad as the year they had the bloody tyre stacks on the chicanes.
Yeah, well, the sausage curbs were there for Porsche Super Cup, but were gone by the time the Formula One was on.
I think most of the sausage curbs were actually embedded in half the field of the Porsche Super Cup.
The sausage curbs weren't there for F2 and F3, I think. Though I think that must have been a Porsche-specific situation.
Okay, but I did spot them because they were hitting them hard in Porsche Super Cup.
That's probably
those
why they have to
sausages.
put extra curbs in for the Porsches.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that people take sim racing team names from things that happen in real life, but the other week we were racing against a team called the Apex's Lava, which could describe most of the Porsches. So yeah, Alonso with the only DNF of the race. We had a DNS as well, which we'll get to, and Stroll with an alternative strategy. The alternative being, we'll do this strange pit strategy, and then we only have to run one lap less.
I admire that Aston Martin have tried a few sort of slightly quirky things, pit stop wise.
I say the quirkiest thing is having a driver who either can't drive, can't be arsed driving, or doesn't want to drive, and it varies from week to week.
Yeah, but last week they got it exactly right for Stroll.
He wanted to drive.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously not the one this week.
This week he was goal hanging with Ocon for a safety car, wasn't he?
Yes.
A cheap pit stop.
The irony being probably the two most likely to cause it.
Well, they nearly did, of course. The other
Yes.
incident with Stroll was the, quite frankly, bonkers 5-second penalty for Ocon, because Stroll went, oh, a teeny tiny gap. If I put my car there, oh, crap.
Yeah, and Ocon ends up with the penalty when it was Stroll who decided to start the overtake with two wheels on the grass to begin with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Stroll
it
is
is
going into
strange.
a gap which is disappearing, and it's already disappeared by the time he's got there, and they call that Ocon's fault. That's mad.
Yeah, that wall looks tasty. 10-second penalty for Esteban Ocon.
Just lick it gradually over a long period of time. Like a Jakeman's.
I don't think
Yeah,
were
like a
we actually
massive Jake.
recording the Patreon at that point. Is
we
that a
didn't record
complete
that one. That is a
in-joke
total
just for us?
in-joke.
It's such an in-joke that one of the presenters on the podcast doesn't have a clue what you're going on about here.
Oh,
I was
it's
Should
ready
have
just
for
been
that one.
mine then,
Cake.
Kieran.
I was eating a chili.
Okay, not a pickled onion.
No, but for that, you can subscribe to the Patreon.
Yeah, I mean, the stewards have now come up with 2 daft penalties in 2 weeks. At least Williams are appealing theirs. The hearing, by the way, is on Friday the 12th for the Williams appeal for the Sainz penalty.
So we could have Friday news.
So there could be Friday news. Then again, it's the FIA, so it's probably going to be about 6 weeks and a dozen brown paper envelopes.
Or next Tuesday.
Or next Tuesday. We're hoping to do Monday night next week. So yeah, Ocon ends up with that incredibly strange penalty, which I just wonder if Haas are going to appeal that one. I've not seen anything to say that they are yet, but give it time.
Yeah, well, we'll come to the second Haas penalty when we come to Haas, but yeah.
Next up, they're doing this in the right order. We have a brace of Alpine, I think.
Yeah, we do have a brace of Alpine.
I don't know what the technical term is, but they were shite.
Yeah.
Yeah, Renault have committed to the Alpine team for some years to come, apparently.
I feel like this means nothing.
Congratulations on getting sold to Enter Manufacturer Name here.
As has Gasly. Gasly signed until the end of 2028 as well.
Sky made the very brave decision to do a live interview with Flavio Briatore about the future of the second seat. And he made a lot of very non-committal noises. Colapinto apparently is not as bad as he was, but is not yet good enough to be committed to.
Yeah, with the greatest of respect to our Italian brethren, I would say that Flavio Briatore's answers were incredibly Italian.
I mean, I can't trust the thing that comes out of that man's mouth. We are being, this is going to sound very sort of narcissistic of me maybe, but we are being led to believe that this man should be trusted not only with an F1 team but with an opinion, and I don't think he should have either.
There was one question Rosberg asked him, and I can't remember what the question was now, but it was a like, what do you think of this type question, and Briatore's answer was thank you. I think he took it as Rosberg was complimenting them rather than like asking why something has happened. And yeah, he was like, thank you. What?
Fantastic.
I do enjoy Rosberg as a commentator, sort of like, you know, he roving reporter.
He's a bit of a loose cannon.
He is, and he's not afraid to actually ask some pretty weird questions. Like he stopped Oscar Piastri on his way to like the drivers' parade at the front of the grid. He stopped Piastri, and Piastri was just like, "I didn't realize this was Nico's grid walk."
I enjoy as well the fact that he has some kind of gripe with James Vowles over the fact that I think James Vowles called him Rosberg once instead of Nico, and he now refuses to call James Vowles James.
Oh, it's
he calls him Vowles.
Brittany.
Oh, I'm sure he told us about
He
was telling a story a while back about how he called him Rosberg, and James Vowles said it was because he didn't want him to get confused with Hulkenberg, but he was like, well, I'm on your team.
Someone called him Brittany, and he said that's... Oh, no!
Mark Webber called him Brittany.
It was the kids. It was the F1 kids when they did the silly little kid thing last year with Harry Benjamin, and he came in to do some guest commentary halfway through the race. And Harry Benjamin said, little Alfred, I don't know what the kid's name is, said, you've got a question for Rosberg, haven't you? Yes, Brittany. And he lost his shit.
Well, don't forget, Mark Webber didn't just call him Britney. He replaced his passport photo with one of Britney Spears.
Yes.
Oh, excellent. That's astonishing.
Yeah, he sellotaped Britney Spears' photo. There was actual physical evidence of this as well, because Nico Rosberg, being Nico Rosberg, took a photo of it and angrily tweeted, "How dare you put a picture of Britney Spears over my phone? I nearly didn't get my flight." I'm going to find it and I'm going to put it in the chat thread.
I will do the same with the kids. It's one for later. It's one to watch later on.
You notice we're talking about anything else apart from Alpine because they are just that crap.
They did nothing.
What else is there to say about Alpine?
I don't know. I'm guessing they get a participation award for this week because we think they were there. Anybody?
Alpine, they were. I didn't see Colapinto at all during any point of the race. Gasly, I think, a couple of times. I think he started a little further up, didn't he? And then he became. Did he pit lane start? I can't remember. Gasly, anyway, he was in the mix at some point during the race and then fell backwards.
Oh yeah,
Gasly did start from pit lane.
Yeah, he had a pit lane start because he had a 40-place penalty because they replaced an absolute ton of engine components. And they decided, yeah, we might as well just pit lane start because
they've binned off this year, haven't they, Alpine? They're happy with being the best worst team ever.
Yeah, I think we're not going to see any improvements on the car, and I think they've just completely given up. It's just been a year of complete and utter turmoil.
Yeah.
And Flavio.
Let's see how much we can jam that Mercedes engine into the back of this car for next year and put all of our hopes and prayers in that basket.
Can I just point out, Kieran, this video you've sent us of the F1 Juniors thing, the username of the person who's posted it is Brutal Ho.
Hardcore gardening?
You leave my dad alone.
Their profile picture is a picture of Nico Hulkenberg.
Again, leave Kieran's dad alone.
That all kind of fits together. Right, what are we doing next? I think we'll do Haas next. Ocon in 15th, and Behrman not in 11th.
12th, was he? Did he finish 12th?
He finished 12th. I mean, he got some points out of the race, just not the ones that he was hoping for.
A lot of points on his licence now, isn't there?
He is one shunt away from a ban.
Well, what do you think of this incident? I think I know what I think, but I speak a lot, so I'm willing to hear other people here.
I've forgotten what it was. So I'm going to assume it was a something and nothing incident.
It was him being
the inside of the chicane, wasn't it?
Oh, was this him
being
and
overtaken by Sainz. Yeah.
They both ended up spinning, and Bortoletto benefited.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Hajar as well.
I particularly remember that being one or the other.
No,
I think Sainz didn't give him any space. That's how I viewed it.
Yeah, I think it's a racing incident, but if we absolutely, definitely have to blame somebody, 10% more Sainz, because he turned in when a car was clearly there. But so Behrman overtook Sainz at turn 1. Then Sainz had a run round Kerber Grande, and had him was ahead of him on the outside going into the chicane. But Behrman had half a car there, and he still turned in, and they both spun around. And they said Behrman 10 seconds, 2 penalty points, and that seems unfair.
Yeah, the rules state that Behrman should have backed out because he wasn't enough alongside, whereas the rule for this year is like front wheel alongside mirror or something. So he wasn't enough alongside. Yeah, I know, but so that's what the rules state, and so by the rules he's got the penalty. But at the same time, I do agree with what I think it was Karun Chandok after the race on Sky said. Well, what's Behrman supposed to do? Just disappear?
Yeah, yeah. Rosberg also said it should have been a penalty to Sainz this one.
He did, he was unequivocal in it. While standing next to Williams ambassador Jamie Chadwick.
Yes, who was strangely, she was less for the Williams penalty than Nico. Surprisingly, Ka-ching. It's to me, I don't know if it is definitely a penalty to Sainz. I think it's just one of those things that happen, and we don't need to look into absolutely every bit of contact. It probably cost one of them a point, but there you go.
Yeah, I think it's getting to the point again with the stewards where they're just on a hair trigger, and I'm going to give you a penalty because it's what is it? That Tom Cruise film, Minority Report. You're going to run into somebody in 3 laps' time. You've got 5 seconds.
Thought police.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I thought the whole license thing, like points on your license, that was for like dangerous driving and like deliberate, like, oh no, absolutely not, you can't do that. Whereas when it's like when somebody just has an incident, all of a sudden it's like, yeah, you 2 points on your license for that. Like, what for? It was just a little crash. It's not like I didn't try and kill the guy.
Yeah, I mean, they brought the point system in because of Roman Grosjean trying to assassinate half the grid in Belgium.
Mainly Hamilton and Alonso.
And yeah, now it's getting like VAR. Goal disallowed. You watched it hot when the label said not. You took a library book back 2 weeks late. 2 points on your license.
Yeah, there's we can be a bit, I'm as woke as they get, but this is a bit oversensitive to me. It's not necessary. It's really not necessary to absolutely make sure we have a tangible, punishable outcome to every single incident. Some things are just racing incidents.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, okay, give an in-race penalty if you feel like you absolutely have to. But I mean, even that would have been a little bit harsh, I think. But then to have 2 points on your license, and then when do those points start dropping away for Ollie Behrman? Because he must have picked some up last year when he was doing a stand-in.
I think it was at the Brazilian Grand Prix, so I think it's November-ish. So he's still got quite a long run before his points come off, and he's got 10. So
yeah, did you see that? I think it is after Mexico.
Yeah,
They come off according to the Autosport.
Was that when I think K-Mag had the dodgy guts, didn't he?
Mm.
So we've got Azerbaijan, Singapore, USA, Mexico, I think, left. Is that right?
Is Vegas in there somewhere? I lose track.
Vegas.
Vegas is later, yeah.
Why
So it's Azerbaijan, Singapore, US, Mexico, Brazil, Vegas.
Okay, so yeah, 4 races. He's got to play it safe-ish.
Yeah, I'm looking at this calendar. It's like San Marino, Japan, Indonesia. Oh, hang on.
Is that MotoGP?
I'm on the MotoGP section.
But it only takes 2 speed in the pit lanes and you're done.
Mm-hmm. One missed blue flag.
Well, I don't know, because I mean, 4 of his points were for excessive speed on pit entry, weren't they? So
let's have a look.
Oh
what are
God,
his
I
points
forgot about
for?
that.
He's got a crashing with Colapinto, overtaking signs under a red flag, 4 points for the red flag crash, which was a stunner. And most of his points, several of his points are for things involving Carlos Sainz. In May, he apparently overtook Carlos Sainz under a red flag, and then obviously this weekend he caused a collision with Carlos Sainz.
So that was at Monaco in practice, I want to say, in third practice,
FP2.
when he had like no time to stop. He had zero time.
Yeah, I remember that now. You mentioned it. Yeah, it was like the red flag came out, and then he went past the cars. It was like, right, I still have time for my brakes to actually work. I can't literally stop dead on the track. Like red flag. I was doing 190 miles per hour when in an instant I'm doing 9. Just even an F1 car, it's not possible.
it is, but it involves a lot of cleaning up afterwards.
Well, I mean, we could. No, I'm not going to say it.
No. Yeah, just a incident-packed weekend for Haas, shall we say, and not always their fault.
No, for sure. I think that's 2 penalties which didn't need to be given.
Yeah.
Still no points.
Yeah.
Ocon's getting nil for that. Ironically, the thing which would have saved them is if Behrman or Sainz conked out. That would have benefited Haas.
Possibly, yeah.
Because it would have caused the safety car, which would have given Ocon the room, and everyone would have pitted because you wouldn't want 35 lap-old hards, essentially, behind the safety car. So everyone would have pitted.
Yeah, Ocon would have pitted, but he'd have got the 5-second penalty tacked on at the end because I don't think you can. I don't think you can serve a penalty under the safety car.
Yeah, good point.
So yes, he'd have done the pit stop, but I don't know where it would have left him with regards to the penalty, because he may have got further penalised for having the car touched during a 5 seconds or pitting when he was not allowed. Or does anyone know what the bloody rules are at the minute? Because I'm lost.
I think you were right first time. I don't think you can serve a penalty under the safety car.
So I think he would have pitted and then had the 5 seconds added on at the end. But
yeah, which again, I think that still could have worked out for him though.
Yeah, I think if he'd have had better tyres later on, then that may have worked. I mean, it'd have closed the field up, and God knows what we'd have seen after that.
Yeah.
Right, what's next? Gonna go RB next. Lawson in 14th and the ever-impressing Hadjar in 10th.
Lawson in an incident as well with Sonoda.
Yes, yeah.
That was a daft one as well.
Nothing came of that though, did it? Or am I misremembering?
No, I think it just said no further investigation.
It was early, wasn't
Yeah.
it? I think that was very early in the
Yeah.
race.
I'm going to watch the incident again.
Yeah, and
see.
Hadjar, I mean, that the RB. So Monza sort of tells you, where your car is, really, doesn't it, in terms of like straight line speed to the rest of them, and the RB clearly in straight line speed not up there. So they didn't have a single lap pace at all. But in terms of race pace, Hadjar did kind of make it work, and he pit lane started, didn't he, as well, Hadjar, after he got
That rings a bell.
Yeah.
Yes.
in Q3.
Yeah,
So
he did.
pit lane to points.
Yeah,
That's not terrible. That's all right. It's okay.
yeah, very good. Probably benefited again from the Bearman Science thing, but
Yeah, I think
he
he.
to be there.
Yeah, I think he went through. I think, as you say, I think Bortoletto went through as well. But yeah, I mean, it's not a podium like it was last time out, but that's a really good performance, I think, from Isaac Hadjar.
I'm just watching the Lawson incident back now with Sonoda. He's on the outside going into the chicane. Sonoda blocks him a bit, and they just sort of lock wheels, and then they carry on, and Lawson lets Sonoda back through. So yeah, I don't know. There's nothing in that at all. That's fine. No penalty.
Yeah, I think it was one of those where they just didn't bother. But yeah, Hadjar seems to have really got to grips with the car now. And am I right in thinking he has scored more points still? Well, yeah, definitely scored more points than the second Red Bull.
Yeah,
That would
'cause
not
Yuki's
surprise
now.
me.
Am I right in thinking Yuki's now bottom, but for Alpines in the championship?
Let me just have a quick look for you.
Yuki is now bottom
Yes.
apart from the second Alpine car. He's ahead of Colapinto and Doohan.
Yes. Okay.
Because
19th.
Whereas Hadjar is 9th behind Antonelli and ahead of Hulkenberg.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible, that. That's fantastic from Hadjar.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
it's a shame he's going to have his career ruined next year.
Or, allegedly, according to Crofty and Karun, potentially this year. They've both talked in practice about him coming in for Las Vegas. That's what they believe is going to happen.
Gamble.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's just bang
Gambling
on
in
wrong,
Vegas.
isn't it? Oh,
I really hope they don't. I'll have to design a new T-shirt.
yeah. Oh, God. Get them whilst they're relevant, kids.
Oh, for God's sake! The meat grinder content. You know what? I shouldn't have replaced the bulls with question marks. I should have replaced them with meat grinders.
This is truly fast fashion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have the T-shirts available before it's even happened.
Like the Super Bowl losers, we're just going to have to donate them to good causes.
Thankfully, everything that we do is print to order, so we don't have waste, which is just as well.
Robbie Williams' CDs when he got them crushed and made into a Chinese road.
Oh, yeah.
It's just as well, really, because we're on the 4th version of the Spa Corners T-shirt. Because I managed to do one misspelling. I missed the letter I in Radion. You know, people get
Radon.
Yeah, it's Radilon, and I missed the I.
Oh, right.
I missed the I in Raid. Got pulled up that it's not No Name, it's Jackie X.
Is it now?
It's X Jackie X Corner or Speaker's Corner, but it's not No Name.
What? I didn't know that. That's ignorance on my part.
They call it No Name on the commentary,
They
so
do
I can see
call it
why
No
you would
Name.
call it No Name.
Yeah.
It's also called Speaker's Corner because apparently that's the best place on the circuit for a commentator to stand and see the most bits of track.
Okay.
So
I don't think
trivia
it's
there.
down there, but okay.
But yeah, it's also. But now it's named after Jackie X, so I put that on there, and then I actually managed to miss out the entirety of Piff Paff.
Piff Pat? I've never even heard of
never
that
come
one.
across Piff Pat.
Lafagnes, the
Oh, okay.
double right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
yeah, after, I know
Yeah.
what you mean.
Yeah, so I managed to miss that out. So I just keep redoing this T-shirt. So today's version might be different to the one that gets put up tomorrow because I spelt something wrong.
Or they might name a new corner after someone. And
Yeah. Yeah, this is the bit where somebody got 12 penalty points in one. Oh, the Ragunathon corner.
hey, that's coming. That'll be coming up in F2 soon, though, won't it? With the Alex Dunn situation, because he's now on 11 points.
Oh, is it 11? I thought he was only on 10.
I think he's on 11, and there's like 7 races left.
There's no way he's not
Oh,
getting
no,
a race
he's
ban.
definitely getting a race ban.
Oh,
He doesn't seem the type to go, lads, I'm on 10 or 11, we'll chill now.
Yeah, no, it's not
Given
his.
he tried the same move 3 times this weekend, having not learnt first time.
I mean, he could actually be only the second driver to rack up enough points for 2 bans in a season.
There's time.
Our
yeah.
Lord and Saviour Mahavir was the first, but he just didn't race again after he racked up the extra 12. Right, I've lost me running order. Hang on a second.
We were talking about RB.
We're talking-
Lawson was rubbish. Hadjar was great.
Yeah, and I think we've been able to say that all well since the third race of the season when Lawson got re-demoted. Is Liam Lawson ever going to do one season for the same team?
He might finish this season, but I don't know that he'll be around
But
next
it won't
year.
be with the one team.
Scenario. Imagine this is a scenario. They don't promote Hadjar up to Yuki's seat, but they will give Lindblad a go. So they get rid of Lawson.
Did you see?
And
Also,
next year-
were we watching the same race on Sunday?
well, yeah.
Bloody good point.
Well, if they got a load of parts they need to get rid of.
That was quite funny when I sent a message to the group saying, "Yep, but Lindblad, congrats to Yuki on keep his seat, but you hadn't watched the race yet." And then Paul said, "Oh, he did more than something." Oh, what instant are you on? The first one. Oh, enjoy. Good luck. Enjoy the next lap.
Yeah.
When
I
he
was-
just
I
fitted to
got
have his
that
front wheel
message.
change.
I was sat in bed with a coffee when I got that message, and I thought, "Oh shit, F2's on early today."
Oh, yeah. Oh no, sorry.
I forgot that it was on. I should have been watching it.
It's all right. Lindblad thought there was wasn't somebody in front of him.
Yeah, I don't think Lindblad knew the F2 was on.
Oh, God, it's terrible enough there'll be a film coming out about him with Jerry Halliwell as his mum before much longer.
Oh no. Jane turned to me during the race and went, "Oh my God, I've just realised." What? We won't have to see Jerry Halliwell on Drive to Survive next year. Yeah, I know. Oh, this is great news.
I mean,
Yeah.
She'll
I think
probably
you
turn up.
probably will.
Yeah, good point. Didn't think of it that way.
As we haven't actually watched Drive to Survive for 2.5 seasons, I think we're safe.
The last episode we watched was the one where Alonso switched from Alpine to Aston Martin. I think
Oh no.
we kind of gave up at that point. That was
Well, the thing I
that was like
keep
the
saying
one
about
good
Flavio-
episode for about 3 years. So.
Yeah, the thing I keep saying about Flavio is just like, I control you every millimeter. That's literally what he said to Jack Doohan in the last series of Drive to Survive.
Yeah, he
That's
says
actually
It's
what
not
he said.
wrong.
he doesn't want to hear any more near, which is a really annoying way of putting it. I mean, of course, as discussed yesterday, which we're not raised on this podcast, he might be hearing a bit of near from the authorities. Anyway, moving on, though. Moving on.
Swiftly. Let's do Williams. Sainz in 11th and Albon in 7th. We have missed out Sauber, but we'll do Williams now anyway.
Well, here we are. Good solid day from Albon, I think, wasn't it? Just sort of
Brilliant.
yeah, unspectacular. I don't think he did anything in particular, but
He started about 14th, didn't
Yeah,
he?
it
And
just
just
all came
stuck on the
together.
hards.
Yeah, he seemed to have just he's one of those that's just getting on with it and doing well out of it. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what it's like next season because the Williams are gradually making better and better cars, and if Mercedes is the engine to beat next year, I think there might be a chance of an occasional podium up there, or certainly regular top fives.
I mean, that was the last time Williams had regular podiums, wasn't it? When there was a rule change and all of a sudden you needed a Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the Mercedes power unit, didn't they,
Yes.
when the turbo hybrid started?
The Massa Bottas era.
Yeah, Silverstone that year.
I was going to say the British Grand Prix that they should have won.
And the Russian Grand Prix where Bottas really should have been on pole, but for that slight slide coming out the last corner.
So, yeah, I mean, the constant improvement of Williams is great. And Albon, one of the rare breed of Red Bull meat grinder survivors. I think the best thing that could have happened to his career was Red Bull letting him go. Because I think they could have completely destroyed him. Look at every other Red Bull reject.
I think he's rebuilt himself though, rather than I think Red Bull let him go, expecting him to just you off you go and do WEC or something, and he has actually made a name for himself in Formula One. There's a lot. I think we mentioned this last week as well. A lot of the grid are ex Red Bull drivers, including his teammate Carlos Sainz. There's a lot of people don't go on from the Red Bull to go and do anything in Formula One, but Sainz has, and Albon has, and everybody else has just gone off to pasture.
Or Formula E.
Meh, that's gone off to pasture.
I've stuck up for Formula E for a long time, but even I didn't watch it this year.
It was on?
It's hard to find, isn't it? It seems to change channel every week.
Apparently it was mostly on the same channel this season. We watched a bit of the indoor race.
Yes.
That's.
If I watched, you mean it was on the TV?
Yeah.
I can't say I paid attention to it.
Okay, the indoor race was on telly while we were in the same room. How about that? But back to Williams. They are. I did say they'd be the team to watch this season at the start of the year, just for being one of the best of the rest. And I think that the fifth place that they've got in the constructors, and comfortably ahead of Aston Martin, and will probably stay that way while Aston Martin have only got one driver and a car that keeps crapping itself. I think Williams' main challenger now is going to be RB, just with the resurgence of Hadjar, or the surgeons.
Then Williams need like one or two results for me still to really hold on to that fifth place. Because all it takes is one of those teams, and I mean literally any of those teams going down. Alpine might be a little bit too far out of it, but Aston Martin, RB, Sauber, or Haas could have like what Alpine did at Brazil last year, and all of a sudden their fifth place is gone.
I mean, Sauber have already had one of those results, haven't they? I mean, they've got a podium.
They did get a podium at Silverstone, but I mean, let's just say. Thinking of the remaining races, Brazil again. It chucks it down, and Bortoleto has an amazing home Grand Prix and finishes second. But Hulkenberg finishes third. They do literally
Azerbaijan next week. Anything happens there, doesn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean that's exactly what happened to Alpine last year. So it could happen to any of the other teams. And as soon as that happens, a good chunk of points, that fifth place is looking very precarious all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't think we actually expected Sauber to be as strong as they've turned into this year. They've been the surprise package. Because in the Alfa Romeo guys, when they were the home for retired Finns,
they were rubbish.
Yeah.
Are we just transitioning into Sauber here?
I think we're doing both at the same time because these are. I think these are the real two that are fighting for best of the rest. Aston Martin.
You don't think RB are in for a shout?
Lawson's too
I was
inconsistent.
going to say they've only got one consistent driver.
Yeah.
Lawson's been fine, but he's not been scoring nearly enough.
And particularly if Hadjar gets summoned up to the big boy team and they get Sonoda back.
I think
Sonoda probably is not as good as Hadjar.
Yeah, looking at it in that respect, I think you're probably right then. Sauber probably are the biggest threat to Williams' 5th place.
Yeah, I don't. It's obviously not Aston Martin. It's obviously not RB. Yeah, it can only be Sauber. And they're both, when they're racing, are contenders every week now.
Yeah, I mean,
Bortoletto is
Q3, like, what the hell?
yeah, consistent Q3 guy now. It would be disappointing if he didn't get it.
Yeah, I mean, 8th place this week. Don't know what. I'm not entirely sure what Hulk could have done with a fully working car. But was his car already sort of a bit patchy in qualifying, and that's why? I mean, where was it that Hulk qualified? I don't know. It was
mid Q2.
He was 12th, and then obviously the car died on the. Well, it was actually on the grid before the formation lap, and it was confirmed on the formation lap that the hydraulics were shot. So I think Hulk could have been challenging for points as well. So it could have been a much better weekend for Sauber than it was. But saying that, Bortoletto, yes, he had a shaky start. Bortoletdown, as Chris, you and Selena were calling him.
It was Selena's idea. Yeah, Bortolet's go or Bortoletdown.
Borto, let's go. That's great.
We're definitely seeing more of the let's go from him now. And qualifying 7th and finishing 8th. Ahead of cars that by rights should be faster than him. Antonelli, Hadjar, Sonoda, technically Lawson. The RB, I think, would have been a faster car than the Sauber, but it's not.
No.
So Bortoletto, one of my drivers of the day, one of the rock stars, definitely.
Agreed. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I think as well with his upturn in performance as the season has gone on, it's interesting if we're sort of seeing a rookie who kind of would have probably been pretty safe in the knowledge that he will be in the car next year, as opposed to a sort of a Liam Lawson type.
If he doesn't finish the season and then comes back next year with a different team, will be a rookie again.
But yeah, he's probably in quite an unusual position, Bortoletto, of being a rookie that isn't actually really under pressure for his seat. Because I think he very much has been
Sauber, wasn't it?
Very much been signed with the sort of the Audi project in mind.
Yeah.
I think he's learning quite a lot from Hulk as well.
Yeah.
Because they've got the old experienced head and the rookie, and it seems to be a bloody good pairing. It's working. It's working well for him. Right, where do we go next? I think it's probably Mercedes next.
So you were saying about Bortoletto and Bortolet's go and Bortolet's let down. At the start of the season, Crofty and I think it was Karun, Crofty and Ted were trying to give it some Kimi Antonelli going.
No.
What's the opposite of that?
That's just all the wrong.
Kimi ain't finishing.
Ain't no, I got nothing. Ain't finishing.
Kimi 8th at best.
That's good. I like that one.
I do feel like a lot of the people, especially Jacques Villeneuve, have been incredibly harsh on Kimi Antonelli over the last few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, Toto said, it's getting a bit much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've pretty much confirmed Antonelli for next year anyway. I mean, I don't think the contract's been signed, but he's clearly got speed. Did he come up to Formula One a little bit early? Yeah, probably. Probably could have done maybe a second year in F2 before he came up to F1, but he might have had exactly the same season again.
Hang on, bear with me. You said Antonelli needed another year in F2. Drink. You say that every week.
Well,
Did he need another year in F2? He may have done.
I was quite firm on the fact that he needed another year in F2, and then for the first 7, 8, 9 races, he proved me firmly wrong. Well, mate, you've proved me right. You needed another year in F2. You've proved Chris right as well.
Well, even Toto's actually said after Monza he made too many mistakes.
It's almost like he's kind of the opposite of Bortoletto in that he's kind of started quite well, maybe got a bit ahead of himself, and the error count goes up, whereas with Bortoletto it was make your mistakes at the start, learn from them, improve.
He said something mad about Antonelli at the end of a race where he said one person has let us down or something like that. It was a really weird comment from Toto Wolff.
The one I've got is you can't put the car in the gravel bed on Friday and expect to be there. All of the race was underwhelming.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sad Toto.
What he now needs is to deliver a solid weekend.
Yeah, he said he still believes in him. He's just got, just an underwhelming race. And we've seen those from every single driver, I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh, not every driver has been perfect every single race.
No.
Kimi
struggled. I think I'm just repeating myself from last week, but Kimi struggled after they did the Mercedes upgrade. They rolled that back, and he appears to still be struggling. So, I mean, he's running out of excuses now, really. But he just needs to learn as much as he can in the latter half of the season and see where he ends up at the end. He's been overtaken in points by Albon, which is not ideal.
No, absolutely not. Brilliant for Albon, though. He's thoroughly deserved that all season.
Yeah, completely.
Also, it completely throws Albon in that Mercedes is not doing as badly as Antonelli is, given that he's overtaken him in a Williams. But it does throw a bit of a middle finger up from Albon, doesn't it? The fact that they didn't go with Albon or Sainz for that second Mercedes seat. That now your kid's being done.
Second year in a row as well that Albon has been ahead of one of the kind of the top 8 cars, because was Perez not behind him last year?
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah.
I think Perez ended up behind most people last year. Certainly at some points. George Russell. He was there. He was a bit anonymous. To be honest, when McLaren said that Lando and Oscar could race each other, I was expecting George to do the I've done nothing all race and somehow I'm on the podium because them two have taken each other out.
Yeah, a Verstappen, Leclerc, Russell podium.
But yeah, he was. What was it in the end? 7 seconds behind Leclerc, 5 seconds in front of Hamilton. He was just. He was just doing his own thing, and
yeah, he was one of those casualties, wasn't he? Sort of like, because as the race went on, Verstappen's gap to Norris built up quite big. Norris's gap to Piastri became quite big. Piastri's gap to Leclerc, Leclerc to Russell, Russell to Hamilton. There was just not really an awful lot going on at the front end, really, was there? The only interesting stuff in terms of like incidents and accidents and anything else that happened from Albon downwards.
I mean, at one point, Bortoletto was the head of the DRS train, and we were trying to find a name for it and settled on the Bortoletto bus.
There must be a Wenger bus thing in there somewhere.
Not playing out with that one.
No.
Oh, did the Wenger bus, or rather the Wenger boys, did they transpire beyond the UK and sort of Western Europe? Are they a known entity worldwide, or are we about to?
They're Brazilian, aren't they?
Huge in the Netherlands.
Oh, I will act surprised.
But yeah, I think they are. I think are they a bit Brazilian, a bit European. I think they are fairly multinational as a going concern.
Eurodance group.
Well,
Dutch Eurodance
Yeah,
group.
they are a Dutch Eurodance group. I thought they were Brazilian.
I think they have got maybe a Brazilian link, though. I do think that's a thing.
All the only fact I can give you is they played Download Metal Festival this year.
Okay.
Do you know what though? I bet they went down.
They went
surprisingly
down
well.
they went down an absolute storm, nearly as well as McFly.
Outstanding.
At about 10, 11 years ago, my friend, the same friend who gets mentioned in the Patreon, actually, Lucy, when she got her first car, we went to Poundland and filled it with Poundland CDs. And one of them was Venga Boys, the Platinum album or something. Bought that, put it in the CD player, went, brilliant, Venga Boys, rolling down the beaches on the Isle of Wight, playing this loudly from your Hyundai Amica in custard yellow. This is going to be great. And then I fast forwarded all the songs and went, well, none of these are like the Venga Bus is coming. And I went, oh no, we've bought the wrong Venga Boys album. And just with not a moment of hesitation, Lucy went, no such thing. I was like, no, there is. This doesn't have any of the hits on it. This has some track called Uncle John from Jamaica on it.
We once went to had a retro gaming night up at a friend's house up in the north of the island, and coming back in the car there was me and Sean and Steve, the accountant with the Mini, and it was being driven by our band's ex-lead guitarist Mark, who is into neoclassical shred guitar, things like Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yeah, I was about to say Yngwie Malmsteen, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big fan of Steve Vai and Joe Satriani. He's paid to go to Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp and get to jam with all these favourite absolute crazy 1,000 miles an hour shredder guitarists. And he was giving us a lift home.
He is also like about 6'8", isn't he?
He's 6'8", and he used to be an international standard bodybuilder.
He's got the muscles as well.
He's a unit.
Yeah, we're talking full Mr. Creosote, not the Monty Python one. He just looks like a fence. And coming home, it's about half one in the morning, and obviously, as you do on a longish drive, you put some tunes on, and we were just expecting 30 minutes of non-stop widdly guitar.
Something sort of Scandinavian and obscure.
Yeah. We had the Venga Boys all the way home round the TT course.
Oh my
Nice.
That was the album that did have the Venga buses coming.
Yes, but we had to go through the rest of it as
we
well.
we had to listen to the rest of it. But the track afterwards was "Don't Want to Be a Bus Driver All My Life." Oh, that's how it started. It's like, well, hang on a minute. You just said the bus is coming. Now you want to get off.
Nobody gets off the Venga bus.
Listeners who don't know the Venga Boys, it's time to Google if you haven't already.
I was going to say, listeners who don't know the Venga Boys, you lucky sods.
Oh, they're playing London in December.
I'm busy that year. Oh God, let's do Ferrari. Marvin the Paranoid Android in 6th, and Leclerc in 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where are Ferrari? What are they doing?
I think you ought to know Lewis is very depressed.
He's not anymore. He felt that was a bit better.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit of an improvement. I think the car is, it's all right. It's not up to the Ferrari standards, apparently. What are the Ferrari standards, though? It's either, it's one of three, isn't it? It's either great, meh, or embarrassing.
And it can be great and embarrassing all in the same.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Charles Leclerc, obviously he's getting much more out of this car than Lewis Hamilton is. Kind of expected. Lewis Hamilton to kind of have a foothold in the team, especially within the second half of the season. He qualified well. I think he only qualified a 10th down, didn't he? Just his penalty that he took from Zandvoort put him a bit further back.
Yeah, because he qualified in 5th and started 10th.
Yeah, it could have been a 4-5 really for Ferrari, which would have been decent-ish, I guess.
He got better as qualifying went on. He improved with each session.
Yeah, no podium for Ferrari, no dream Monza victory like they had last year. But I think after the race, Fred confirmed us, and that we brought our last new bits to the car for Monza for a low downforce at Monza, and then that's it. There's nothing new coming on this car. We'll go back to normal downforce at the for the rest of the races, but there's nothing new coming to this car. That's it. We're done.
Yeah, I mean, Fred's still convinced that both drivers can get podiums, while Lewis is saying that it's probably not going to happen. But I think it's Fred's job to say things like that. Otherwise, Elkan will probably have him taken outside and shot.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some credence as well to listening to Juan Pablo Montoya when he has said that Lewis is trying to look at how Ferrari do things and being like, this is a great way of doing things, but you guys don't win championships. So here's what you should be doing. And he's finding it like banging his head against a brick wall because he just keeps finding Ferrari doing Ferrari things, which, let's be honest, don't win them world championships.
The opposite.
That's the thing that did Lewis go into the role at Ferrari thinking, I've come to change things?
Because I think so, because he was saying he was giving them documents and stuff and like giving them feedback, and I have briefings with the mechanics a lot more than anyone else. And he's just like, well, that's great, but the car's already built for this year, Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, he arrived into F1 at a time kind of at the end of that Schumacher Ferrari dominant era. So he knows they are a unit that can win championships. So at some point they've obviously changed something.
I mean, he gave his first championship to them, effectively.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. The last championship that Ferrari won.
Yes.
Yeah.
Until Massa's court case, obviously.
I don't care what that says. That's not a world championship. You don't win a world championship in a court 18 years later.
Well, Mike Hawthorne won his in a court, but not 18 years later, admittedly. Definitely not.
I can't believe that is still going on.
Mike Hawthorne?
No, I'm thinking of the massive thing. I mean, to be honest, seeing as lawyers charge by the minute, the Mike Hawthorne thing probably is going on from somebody's yacht.
Yeah, it's a mad thing, but we know the case doesn't stack up. He knows the case doesn't stack up. Lewis ain't going to roll back to 6, is he? It's just money. I don't know. So it's going to at some point become a non-story, and it'll just be Felipe Massa in a room alone going, but I deserved it.
But yeah, Ferrari they're not as dysfunctional as normal. At the moment,
I do trust Fred. Yeah, I do trust Fred, and I think that Fred's going to do good things for that team. I don't know where. We always said he was just going to be working behind the scenes to get things working first. Remember the last time we saw a disastrous Ferrari pit stop?
Good point.
Yeah, it's been a while. I don't think they made too many ridiculous strategy calls this season.
I was concerned at Monza as to why they didn't why they left their cars out so long and then put the hard tires on. I mean, everybody sort of did it apart from Norris, was it, in the McLaren?
I think just about everybody had run out of softs because they were getting all the use during practice and qualifying. I don't think there was all that many usable sets of softs left, and I think Lando did have some.
But you must think that through before the weekend, though. All the thinking and planning that Formula One teams do. Well, if we can maybe eke out the mediums until 10 laps to go, should we then put them onto hards? or do we put them onto softs with 10 laps to go? Probably softs. Let's keep a set back. Is it that hard?
Clearly. But yeah, they've not been the disaster that everyone dreads.
No.
They just haven't been the screaming success that everyone wishes for.
Yeah, and I think fourth and sixth is where they are.
It is, but also Leclerc was saying in an interview over the weekend as well about the hype train before the season. Everybody thought that because Hamilton was coming to the team that they were going to start winning things. That wasn't where the hype train came from, in my opinion. The hype train came from at the end of last year. McLaren and Ferrari were very closely matched, and it looked like we were going to get a McLaren-Ferrari battle rolling into this year. It never materialized.
No.
That's where the hype came from.
If we were... I mean, don't forget, this year's car seemed to be... it's the evolution, not revolution again, because we're in the last year of a set of regulations. I think if we were another year away, I think we might have seen... more from Ferrari this year. Because I think last year's car was designed with 2 years effective running from a baseline in mind. Because
and also
this is slightly more than a B spec, and it just seems that McLaren had more wiggle room for development in this season's car.
Yeah. Every team has developed, haven't they? It'd be silly to say that they haven't. Even is it Haas who said they were that the car at the beginning of the year was that's it. That's the car that at the beginning of the year it's going to be exactly the same at the end of the year.
I didn't believe that for a second, and as it turns out, it isn't. Alpine, on the other hand.
Well, they appear to be building their car in 1986, apparently. Teo Fabi's going to make a comeback for that second season.
I'm just waiting for the BWT to morph into Benetton.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. That now brings us to McLaren and the controversial switcheroo.
Wow,
which we already covered at the start.
So, apart from that, Lando, good move on Max at turn one. Got caught again by Max. Good move from Max. And that was it. They just couldn't keep up with him. So, very anonymous in a sense from McLaren. Until they decided, we're not in the news. Let's do something mad.
Were we surprised it wasn't a McLaren pole?
Yes.
Yeah, we may as well do Red Bull at the same time because everything's sort of interlinked. I don't
think Tsunoda, he wasn't really in that conversation.
Tsunoda, who gets a participation award. Well done, Yuki. You finished the race. The Red Bull. I've got a theory about how Max managed to do what he did this weekend. Red Bull have made an absolutely fantastic basic car. And when I say basic, I mean the straight line speed is absolutely unbeatable. It's just when they have to put the non-Adrian Newey designed aero bits on it is where they've fallen down. Because Monza is it's the temple of speed. Or for the lower categories.
Can you let Chris back in?
Oh,
he's been refreshed again.
He's been refreshed. Yeah. Monza's the temple of speed, or as somebody on our Discord described it, the openest of lobbies for the for the support series.
For anything which isn't F1.
Yeah.
you could put 2 golf carts going down that straight at 8 miles an hour, and somehow it would be a pile of debris at the end.
But yeah, Red Bull have made an incredibly fast car, but the problem is, it's now that they don't have the Adrian Newey bits on there, it can't do the stuff that it needs aero for. So it has to lose speed in the corners because it's just not got the same amount of downforce and mechanical grip that an Adrian Newey penciled car has. So when Max just drives a pole lap like that, yeah, they're still there. I don't think there's going to be a sudden resurgence of Red Bull, but by God, it's going to be rapid on that long straight in Baku.
Yeah, and also Las Vegas as well.
Yeah.
Vegas is going to be a very similar story. And the driver, let's be honest, Max made the difference.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, you can't say, oh well, Yuki struggles with the grip in the corners. Well, he should have had the same top speed that Max had. He's just not as fast. I think the Verstappen effect is definitely there because Max can get cars that shouldn't be able to do what he gets out of them.
Yeah, also the car has been built around him, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, the car's been built around him, and I think this week was the car built for this circuit for Max to drive there?
Well, no, I don't think it was, but it certainly just seems to work. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be an odd choice to design your car for one circuit.
This is the perfect storm, isn't it? It's the car is going to be great at Monza, and Max is going to be great in the car, and therefore
I think they set it up well.
He deserves to win by nearly 20 seconds. I mean, they set it up because they didn't have to put as many Adrian Newey bits or not Adrian Newey bits on it. This is taking absolutely nothing away from what Max did because, that was an absolutely phenomenal performance.
Yeah, absolutely it was. And I mean, if you look at Laurent Marquis as a team boss, he's been in for 4 races and Max has won 2 of them.
Yeah.
I think.
3, I think now. And all 3 have been banging performances from him. Suzuka, Imola and Monza, I want to say. Oh,
it wasn't team.
Yeah, you said Mekis. It's because I had
Mekis wasn't. Yeah, Mekis wasn't team boss until then, was he? So anyway, he's won 1 race. He's done really well.
Yeah,
it's a sprint race, wasn't it? Sorry, in Belgium that Max won.
Yes,
that's right.
That's where I'm getting confused. Yeah, I knew Max had won something when Mekis was team boss.
I think it's interesting they put Pierre Vachet on the podium. They said at the time Max wasn't the most vocal supporter of the changes that he had put onto the car, but I think it's interesting that he was one that went up this weekend.
I didn't notice that.
No, I can't say.
Yeah, Pierre Vachet was. Yeah, he was.
Do you know what? I'd run away to start making my lunches for the week ahead.
That's possible.
That's why I didn't see who was on the podium.
I was a quarter to Naptown. I remember that. And then I was about 10 past Naptown. I went, shit, I haven't recorded tomorrow's breakfast show yet. I should probably do that.
I think I was playing something on the PC, but can't remember what. But yeah, phenomenal performance from Max and from half the Red Bull garage, and Yuki Tsunoda was also present at the circuit.
Yeah, he was there or thereabouts, somewhere in northern Italy.
I mean, Yuki did. He did get the car through to Q3, and then had a battery problem. I just wonder if it was more than a battery problem with the car, and he was driving a car that wasn't 100% because there was other electrical faults in there as well, which is why he ended up going a little bit backwards.
Maybe I didn't hear anything from Red Bull post race to say that there was anything wrong with it. But I mean, who knows? Who knows why there's such a gulf in class between those 2 cars?
I seem to remember saying exactly the same thing for the last two seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, rock stars and wankers. Max, definitely a rock star.
Yeah, that's hard to say anything else about that, to be fair.
Yeah.
It was a great performance by him.
Lando for his pit call.
Is it teetering on Gene Simmons, given how that played out?
Yeah. Lando did a good thing, and then it all went to crap.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's not. I've got nothing to say. I was trying to think of some sort of metaphor or simile for it, but no, it was just, hey, this is a good idea. Crap myself.
I don't think it's as controversial as a lot of people are making out. Because as soon as you put the context of Lando's radio call in from the previous lap, it all just makes sense.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
Making sense in F1 are usually worlds apart, though. Bortoletto, as I've already said, definite.
Yeah, Albon as well.
Albon, yeah.
Any non-driver rock stars, do we think?
I have a non-driver wanker.
Oh,
go on.
Is it Flavio?
It depends how you define. No, I'm not going to say that. The
does he have to cup his hand to catch a spider?
No. He has to cup his hand for. No, I'm not saying that either. Oh, it's the lawsuit special, everybody. No, the TV direction was shite, and it's been shite for a decade or so. But every so often, it just rears its head and goes, "Lads, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm still shite." And that was from qualifying, where they fawned over I can't remember who it was. Was it the two? I think it was the two Ferraris and Oscar Piastri. They showed their laps, and then when Lando went quickest, they cut away to some family of a Ferrari
we
driver.
got a lot of the girlfriends and the mums this weekend, didn't we?
Yeah, big time. We got Sainz's girlfriend a lot, didn't we? And then whilst cutting away to different family, they missed Max crossing the line and getting pole and doing all of them. It's just rubbish TV direction at the moment.
Yeah, I think. Do you remember DRS going up to DRS going to the first chicane, and then it looked like the pass was going to happen up around Curva Grande, and they cut away from that to watch something else, which wasn't happening. And I was like, "Well, what happened? Was there a move?" And it turned out there wasn't a move. But I did notice that.
I would say it's been going on longer than the last decade, because 98 and 99, every time there was something exciting about to happen on track, they'd always cut to Aya Hakkinen in the McLaren garage. I think she was on screen more than Mika was for most races.
Yeah.
Also, on the girlfriends, couldn't help but notice they captioned Sainz's girlfriend, Rebecca, can't remember her surname, as...
Is that hyphenated?
Yes. She was captioned as model and Carlos Sainz's partner, and then Kelly Piquet was captioned as professional model and Max Verstappen's partner. So
she takes part in a Sunday league of modelling.
What does this imply about Sainz's partner and her modelling?
She only does village modelling. She hasn't gone semi-pro yet. She just plays for the local village.
She only models on Instagram.
Who knows? But even, I mean, technically, if she's making money, then she's a professional model.
Yeah.
Don't we all? Not, I mean, only model on Instagram, not make money from modelling. I don't make any money from modelling.
And you can find my OnlyFans at...
Oh, well, those were your feet, Chris.
Well, I didn't like to boast, but yes.
I knew I recognised them.
You're both from the Isle of Wight. It must be the 6 toes that gave it away.
Yes, good point. We walk down the street in opposite directions. We just interlock. Stuck.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the What's the Story Morning Glory album cover recreated with Wurzels.
And you have Newport High Street.
Yes. Yeah, it's not quite Berwick Street, is it? But up at St James, it's lovely on a good sunny day.
And they thought the Manx politics was as far as it can go. Right, I think it's probably time to call it a night now.
Yes.
I'll call it a nightmare. Right, we will probably be back on schedule next week because we don't have any more geek quizzes to go to until Monday the 13th, so we're going to be late that week. So, usual blatant plugging of stuff. If you want to take... hang on.
I think Kieran's coming with a diary
Edinburgh
issue.
next week. I'm not around on Monday.
Right.
Sorry.
We will try and get hold of a Dan, or
We'll sync diaries.
we'll sort the
In the
diaries out,
meantime.
and we'll try and put out some form of show. So the usual plugging. As I said earlier, the new merch site is out. You can get to it through the website at threelegsfourwheels.com. Click on the merch link, or you can go to threelegsfourwheels.dashery. Am I saying that right? Yes, I am. Dashery.com.
This is in like haberdashery.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yes. I should have made it habber.dashery.com. Somebody's probably already done that. We are at Three Legs Four Wheels on all the socials. If you want to send in an Is That Glock, drop us a line, threelegsfourwheels@gmail.com, or get hold of me on our Discord. Again, that's linked from the website. And individually on the socials, we are
At Sean Cowper.
At Flood21.
At Kieran is boring.
And at Pablo100. And don't forget the Patreon as well, patreon.com/threelegsfourwheels. Extra show this week, containing cupped hands and spiders.
Biscuits.
And biscuits.
Cheese.
Biscuits,
and
yeah.
cheese.
And cheese.
Pickles.
Good onions.
Cheese poisoning, no less.
Spinal Tap.
Oh, yes. Or maybe Warren's.
Cherry pie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, still don't know what the end song is this week. Right, we will see you at some point in the next 5 to 14 days or something.
Yes.
We'll definitely be back around the time of Baku anyway, and we might be back before. Right, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.